A greater adoption of the cloud in Europe will lead to the construction of bigger data centers. A data center is a building or a dedicated space in a building used to store computer system and associated components such as telecommunication and storage system. According to Global Info Research, the European data center construction market generated $3.9 billion in revenue in 2019, and it should reach to $5.5 billion in 2025. Aware of this opportunity, major players in the data center industry are seeking to reinforce their presence in Europe, as evidenced by the merger between Digital Reality and Interaction. This deal will allow them to meet the colocation demand in the European region. And of course, GAFAM also want to strengthen their presence in Europe in general through hyperscale infrastructure. The three major US cloud providers, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft, and Google, already own 67 hyperscale data centers in the region at the beginning of 2020. According to the International Energy Agency, global data center demand for electricity accounted for about 0.8% of the total electricity demand worldwide in 2019. Aware of this, data centers operators have started to react. They exploit renewable sources of energy such as solar, wind, hydroelectric to power their equipment. They have developed a smart algorithm to optimize their consumption. Besides, data center location is increasingly dictated by climate consideration, as building a data center in colder countries, just like northern European countries, allows the use of free cooling technique to manage server temperatures. Innovative projects also consist in placing smaller data centers under the sea, just like Microsoft experience in Scotland. And finally, waste heat from hardware components can be recycled to heat up swimming pool, buildings, and so on. A greater adoption of cloud in Europe will provide new avenues of growth for these two industries. For semiconductor, data center will require more powerful semiconductor to operate. And next generation chips and semiconductor are required to allow the use of real-time artificial intelligence application and the processing of big data flows. According to the World Semiconductor Trade Statistic Organization, the semiconductor market was valued at $433 billion in 2020. But Europe has a problem, as it only accounts for about 8.4% of this market. Aware of this dangerous and annoying lag, 17 European countries, including France and Germany, announced in December 2020 that they would join forces to establish common standards for secure electronic technology. The aim is to strengthen Europe's capacity to develop its own next-generation semiconductor technology. Indeed, sovereignty in the cloud is not only about the nationality of the cloud service provider, and relying too much on foreign manufacturers to deliver key infrastructure component is something that Europe can't afford. High-performance terrestrial fiber optic cable will also experience growing demand thanks to a greater adoption of the cloud in Europe, as they provide a strong and resilient backbone connectivity for cloud data center and edge computing network. Traditional copper cable, initially designed to transmit voice signal, cannot support the speed and bandwidth required by the next generation internet traffic.